Good afternoon, our listeners and those who are watching us wherever the world. Today we are having Madam Robertah Kutumela. She's based in South Africa. She's a marketing consultant and a businesswoman in South Africa. So what we are going to do today is this show is meant to benefit. There are some people who are, because there is this technology thing which is coming into fore right now. It's going to take us and we are going to understand what is it all about online marketing and what are some of the activities for a position and how is she managing on a position there in South Africa. So to start with, you see, not everyone understands this marketing consultant as a job. Before I can touch your business portion, can you try to explain to us what is meant by marketing consultant? What if someone is said to be doing marketing consulting? What will you be doing there?
Good afternoon to the viewers. Well, in terms of marketing consultancy, it's when you come to us and then you tell us your business, your services, your products, how you want to disperse them to the public, and how you want to reach to your target market, and how also you want to understand your target market. So in the future, when somebody comes to us with a whole service, first thing that we do, we need to understand his or her target market, study, analyze the perspective of the target market so that we can know how to reach them, and also we can know how to improve them. So by doing marketing consultancy, it's another way of being more innovative enough to keep your target market intrigued to your service or product. That's more of my view of my job that I'm currently doing.
And then there's an aspect of, a lot of, you need to know the target market in as far as your client is concerned. And so far, whilst you have been in this marketing consulting job, are there some challenges which, some of your clients faces? Are there certain things which you can say there are some struggles, or you don't have any challenges when you're dealing with your clients?
I do deal with a lot of challenges when I deal with my clients. The problem is that most clients get into businesses knowing what they want, and there are others that get into business in order to make the primary goal, which is profit. And then when you teach them how to market it, it doesn't always have to be the way they want it, and then they get very disconnected with you. They want things to just come easily. With marketing, the first thing that you need is knowledge. The second thing is patience, because if you're not patient with your clients, it means you're not willing to go on a long run with them. And most importantly, most of the people that I have met and most of my clients is that I always make sure that choose a product that has a long lifespan, so that it's either you can carry on with your business for a very long time, or make a segment out of your product. For instance, when you're selling women's clothes, when you're selling maternity clothes for our pregnant women, at a long time. Now these women come to your store looking for clothes to wear while they're in their pregnancy period. But they they also have, it means once they're not pregnant, they're not coming anymore. So what you need to do as a marketing person, as me, I always advise my clients, look what's so closer to your target market, so that you can also invite them to come even more. Even if they're not in that situation, they come even after. So a segment of pregnancy women's maternity wear, it can also have kids clothes in it. That's an example. When you selling clothes for maternity women, and then you later segment, you do a segment of kids clothes, newborns, 3 months to 6 months, and then you inviting them more to your store, or to even buy some of your services. So most clients don't understand that in marketing, we're not only doing it for now, we're planning ahead. So some don't last. They don't last because they want marketing to be something that's brief, short, and that doesn't have to be something that's in the future. They just want the primary goal, which is profit, but they don't want to make sure that their clients are more satisfied and more intrigued to come more and more for their product or services.
But as a way to maybe conscientize and help your customers to understand, because I'm sure the other issue will be they'll be lacking this technical knowledge, technical aspect. Do you have some maybe workshops which you maybe provide for free in your area, or do you do an effort to make them understand, I mean, the benefits which are attached to, I mean, your consultant's job as a marketer? Do you have those workshops?
Yes, I do, and most of them they're more a bit brief, and they're more because the one thing that we need to honestly talk about is that our young CEOs are not really looking forward to sit down and be mentored on how to do marketing. But whenever I meet someone who's in business, I give them the platform to ask me anything. So once we had one seminar, and then people were starting to talk about marketing, most of them were not understanding, is marketing really that important? They put it in the back line of everything. Whereas marketing is the engine of every company. And when a car doesn't have an engine, it doesn't function. So marketing is what determines your business and how far it's willing to go. And to answer your question, yes, I do have those seminars, and they're very slim, but I'm hoping that they grow as time goes on.
Yes, then this brings me to then ask you, because we're waiting for, I mean, your viewers and maybe some of your potential customers to come over to the show. Uh, People might want to know a brief, I mean, just a brief, who is Robertah? Maybe if you can make it a brief so that we can go to the nitties and gritties of, I mean, your duties, your reach out to your clients and all that kind of stuff. Who is Robertah, and in South Africa, where are you based? Maybe you can tell us maybe a bit of your offices so that maybe your potential customers in South Africa, they can also reach out to you.
Robertah Kutumela. My other name is Mahlaudi. I was born and raised in Zvidiela, currently in Polokwane. I'm 26 years of age. I studied marketing management, and I am single, not looking for anything right now. I'm just concentrating more of my job. And I studied primary school in Balahla, which is Zvidiela. I went to my grade 12 in Hakala, and then I then went to Polokwane as a full-time resident of Polokwane. And then, yes, I do manage my project. Everything that I do, I'm based in Polokwane. Yeah, that's a little
Yeah,
bit of me.
that's wonderful. I stayed in Polokwane for about 3 years, and I understand the marketing landscape of South Africa. This then brings me to one of a key question, which maybe I want you to maybe help others to understand. In South Africa, there is a lot of aggressive marketing. In fact, the competition is a bit high when it comes to business, and those business which are doing well, they engage into a lot or too much of marketing. There is a lot of aggressive marketing there. So you yourself, I understand that you are not the only one in Polokwane who is into this marketing consulting job. Meaning to say, you also have a lot of maybe competitors there. How are you surviving? Do you have competition there in the same line of industry? And if competition is there, how are you surviving?
Competition on my side, it's it's very, I can't say it's high. It's not really that high. It's just that we have different ways of doing marketing, and marketing goes line in line with what you understand of business. So the kind of competition that I get is that we in Polokwane, it's a very small town. So when people see someone doing something, they all want to do it. But what stands out is for you is how you market it. Now, that's when we're gonna get into online marketing. So personal marketing is the thing in Polokwane right now. People want to talk to you, people want to advertise to you face to face and interact with you as a client. But online marketing is what makes it more interesting in the city, because you get clients who come in and they say, "We saw you online." And then there are those who are passing by and that they just see you. So competition, it's, to me, I don't take it as competition. I don't want to lie. It is there, but I don't take it as competition, because I believe that I have the uniqueness. I have a bit of power that I keep using slowly but surely to interact with my clients and my target market.
So you are talking of Polokwane yourself in business. Are you not confining yourself into maybe one city, into one province? Do you have plans, or are you at times are you getting clients who are outside the province, outside Limpopo, outside Polokwane? I mean, are you having your customers or clients only in Polokwane?
No, most of my clients that I've been dealing with, they're mostly from Johannesburg. My clientele
Oh,
are in Johannesburg. And what I like about them is that they are hungry, they are power hungry. Everything that everything that they want to be in it. Most of my clients who are in businesses, they know what they want. So they come to me with what they want, and I understand that the advantage is that Johannesburg is broad. Johannesburg, it's either you in your A game, or just don't do it at all. So they come to me with everything in line. What I do is just implement, and when they get results, they are more even happier. With Pulukwani, I am aware that I need to take step by step in order to bring them in. And I believe I have the patience to bring them in order to understand what the business is in line with. So Polokwane and other provinces, they're very different. But yes, I do get clients from Johannesburg, and I also have one in KZN.
and then we used to have traditional way of marketing whereby companies will be having a department or a section of marketing, or the company will be having marketers within itself. We have, I mean, a lot of companies and institutions which will be having their own marketing department. And then you yourself, your services, how are you able now to navigate or to maybe sell your service so that a company can then do away with their own internal marketing department, and then they will be able to be in a position of engaging you?
In the case of, we call it corporate marketing, that one, and it's in line with what I do. And in some cases, they will see that now they're against the wall and they need someone to help them, somebody who's outside. And then maybe there will be someone in the company who's actually doing the right thing, but they're just lacking a bit of experts there and there. So when they call you in, it's when I come in, that's when we're going to have a big meeting with everybody. And then when you're in marketing, and then they tell you that, you know what, we're not selling how we used to sell, or we've never went to this peak of profit, we want to go to this peak of profit. You still have to interact with the employees and the marketing department. Why do I say so? It's because that sometimes customer service is very important. So when you called in, they do call in. A lot of companies do call in and wanting to have outside mind, and what do they think of their business. Sometimes I found out that the drift is within the organization. That's why they're not reaching a peak. And then when you bring them to light to, this is not you should do, this is what you should not do, everything becomes easier, and then life goes on. But they always find themselves stuck, and they still call you again. So that's what we do. Yes, there's a line for us, who have our own private companies, who are dealing with marketing, and then there's a department struggling in marketing. Some bosses do call us, and then we do a marketing workshop for maybe 3 days, depending on how they want the package. Luckily, some get it, some don't. But I always make sure that I get into them through customer service. How you treat your clients is more important. You can have $1 million, million rands of marketing campaigns, but how the clients find your atmosphere in your organization is more important.
And we have got a situation whereby before a company or an institute engages a marketing consultant, their sales will be performing maybe a bit lower. So the reason, one of the main reason why a company can then seek the services of a marketing consultant company or yourself is that they will be, I mean, after making some huge profits. Is your strategy, if I can put it this way? What is your strategy now to convince those companies which are not doing well to say, if you engage our services, one thing which we can assure you is you are going to have higher sales. How do you manage to engage them? And have you ever faced any challenges whilst you are in the process of trying to convince them?
Yes, we have faced a lot of challenges in trying to convince them that you guys are not doing well, and this is the route you should take. When I understand that when someone opens a company, it's what they love, and it's what they want to do. So some company directors, they're too attached to their products, and they don't want to let go, even when the product is, I could say, it's out of style, or it needs a little bit more of upgradation. So convincing them, it's a bit hard, because they are attached to their products or services, and that's how they like it, and they've never imagined changing it in anyhow. But the easy part about it is that when you engage with them in samples, you show them the figures, you show them how this is done, and then you give them references of the previous companies that you've engaged with dealing with the same situation, it becomes more easier. But with me, I've learned that you have to be patient. I have to be patient with the director to such a point that when it's time to push them, I don't push them in so hard that they make decision out of the desperation of making sales. We push them out of the comfort that they have been with us, and then how educated they are, how we make sure that they're well equipped with enough information, so that we could understand that moving forward, it's not that we want them to move forward, but this is how it should be done, because the generation is changing, the target market is changing. But what I mostly do is that when a product is dying or a service is dying, to uplift it, it's what I spoke to you about segmentation. This is very much important, and people don't understand it. Segmentation is the most important escape route to go to when your business, or your current business or services or product, is dying. You get what's closer to your target market. If you're having a wife as a target market, a wife is closer to their children or your husband. What can you provide for your clients, and what can you provide for what's closer to them. And then also make sure that you have an innovative team. There's nothing more interesting than having innovative team where they would tell you that, sir, we're going to face this on a long run. You need to have consultancy in the marketing department that could tell you that in the long run, we're going to have to change a few things. And I believe with me, I'm always ahead. I'm always ahead of time, and I'm always ahead of situations that, okay, fine, this thing is going good now, but in the next coming few months, it's going to go into decline. And then we might face another form of no sales or closing our doors. So with convincing directors, it's not hard. I believe it's not hard. For some people, it's hard, but with me, it's not hard.
You talked something. We have got fewer minutes to end the show now. You talked something of greater importance when we were mentioning about some of the. You talked about product failure, and it's one of the key functions which you guys, your services as marketing consultants, you need to maybe focus on. So, if I can ask. Uh, how many strategies do you then apply to a company or an institute which is facing product, which I mean their product on the product life cycle, the product is almost on that fourth stage whereby it's on a decline, it's not doing well. What are your strategies to resuscitate or rejuvenate that product?
First thing first, it's marketing research. We It's either online or personal. We go around asking people about those products. That one is very complex. Everybody does it. We ask, we get information, and everybody wants to give us an input on how they think it should be, because that's more important. How are our target market want their product to be, and what results do they want in it? And then secondly, what we do is that we change packaging, or we can either change the branding of it, which we don't just change. We don't just wake up and say, no, it's dying, let's change. We need intensive marketing research, and we need to check how what's needed at that time. What do people like at this time? Which fabric do people want? That's what we look at if we're selling clothes. And secondly, it's the one that I told you about. It's market research, and then a segment. What's closer to our target market? Husband, if it's a wife, the husband is closer, and there's kids, and their external families. And then you put them together, and then they're going to give you one set of products that their wife, as the target market, will need. It's either for the kids, for the husband, or the external family. But in most services, we make sure that we stress out everything that is needed in that company, that needs to be more effective. Marketing research and segmentations are the one to go when you want to change your product, for not closing your doors. It's either you want to change your product or bring in a new product in order to accommodate the current one. But it must go in line. They must go in line. I can't sell clothes to my target market and still want to segment a certain product. No, it has to be in line. It has to be in line. But and then you're stronger enough, that's when you're gonna go into other products or services. That's how I believe it should be done. And I've tried it before, and it worked. It worked, and it did wonders.
Okay, so because I mean, in all aspects of business as we speak right now, I'm sure a lot of things we are now going the technological way from the manual or the traditional aspects. Maybe the traditional marketing whereby people will be in the streets and in the roads, in the roadblocks, they are trying to spread the flyers and something like that. To your case in South Africa, how is online marketing is performing as we speak right now? I understand the South African economy is a bit vibrant, and marketing is key. Like you said, it's the backbone of business. So what I wanted to ask is that in as far as South Africa is concerned, is online marketing, I mean, now a bit wider? Is it now known? Or you guys are still maybe in the shadows of business? Which is which?
It is well known. Every organization is now targeting it so that they could reach to their target market. It's very wide, and I'm impressed with how it's growing, because you know that I can get a, maybe say in education wise, I can get a school online right now and I can still register. I can still ask them at the facilities to call me back. I can still that's how they reach to their target market without even coming to their facilities, which is a good thing through advertising. And what I like about the fact that in technology wise, we're also growing. We're also growing. We can't talk about online marketing and still lack other aspects of technology. So yes, it is growing, and it's making an impact, and business are benefiting from it. They are benefiting from it.
Okay, so one of the two questions which I am now remaining with, like other businesses, there are certain businesses which are seasoned. Maybe we can talk of maybe the tourism business, whereby during the festive season, that's where there is a boom. Maybe you'll be having a lot of clients that time. When we are talking of online marketing, through your experience, you have been in this business for a while now. Is this business a seasoned one, or you can work flat out from January up to December?
I work flat out January to December. Remember, there are certain products they run throughout the year, and there are certain products some will say we need them at this time of the year, but we with those, most of them, they are those ones who run throughout the year. So, and with the services, they run, especially the financial services, they run throughout the year. So with me, I am flat out working January to December with my experts and how I want to do things. There's never a time that I say, now this is my time to work. No, I work Monday to Friday, January to December, not depending on anything, but just pushing the hard work.
Okay, my last question. It has been awesome. I mean, having you on this show. You exhausted all my questions. We might have some comments, and I was trying to link the comments to the show here, but it took a while. But I've got it's more social now, not business related. But I just
Hmm.
wanted, it's more personal now on your on yourself. Growing
Okay.
up, yes, growing up. When we were growing up, we used to have these jobs when we were asked by our teachers back then in primary there. Other people will say, when I grow up, I want to be a doctor. Some they will be talking about a lot of these fancy jobs. This passion to be in marketing. Which other job were you thinking of, and what then happened for you to then opt for
Which
marketing, and west you to be in one of the most exciting marketing section, online marketing? What made you to then, what was your first preference profession, and then
my
what happened for you to then opt for marketing?
Firstly, I wanted to be a journalist.
Okay.
I've always been a talkative person, and I used to talk a lot, and I used to say things that don't matter. I used to have no filter when it comes to what comes out to my mouth. I used to say everything that I want. And my dad asked me, "What do you want to be?" And I said, "I want to be a private investigator slash journalist." So I wanted to be those ones who who gets their information privately and then boom, they're out in the public. I wanted to be a news anchor actually. But when I grew up, I got this there's this hole that you get without when you don't say something about a certain product or services. And I used to watch TV adverts a lot, and how they are interpreted, people don't understand TV adverts, and I used to get them all the time. And then that's when I was like, okay, fine, I need to change what's going on, and I need to look for what's really, really, really in me, what makes me happy, what feeds my soul. And I love getting paid to talk, and I love getting paid to change people's lives. And I chose marketing. I chose marketing. And another thing is that right now at this moment in time, I want to run a I could say it's a charity thing. I want to help 5 small businesses to come up with their proposal and their marketing department. Just only 5, so that we all move, help the economy of South Africa to become more better. Because with us in small businesses, we do have an impact to our economy. So I really want to help others get through to what I went through and actually become something of more into their businesses.
So, a brief question: have you ever thought of going international? I understand most of, I mean, the companies there, because maybe your economic times they are relaxed there. They don't maybe think to then go international. If there are other clients who are outside the confines of South Africa, within the continent Africa, or even abroad, as far as maybe other continents, they want to reach out to you, do you have that capacity to then help them?
Yes, I do help them, and I do have one who's currently just moved into South Africa, and they want to also help us. But they have an outcome passion of taking whatever that's here into other countries. So eventually it will go international. So yes, I do. I'm open. I'm open to that. I'm open to that, to going abroad and doing businesses with the ones international.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm sure the comments which I've been seeing here, the comments which we were receiving, they were more positive. You can see one of them there. They
It's
are saying, "This is
blessing.
awesome. I'm learning a lot." I want to thank Blessing. Is one of my technical guys. Is on the graphic designing aspect. Okay, so I've been asking you a lot of questions. Do you have anything to say, maybe to your potential customers, potential clients, those people who are watching you right now? Do you have anything to say as we wind up?
Yes, I just have one thing. Let us, all those who are looking out for opportunities in order to bring income, let us open small businesses. I am here to help in marketing and then with the all other aspects of it. But we need to own our own craft. Let us not do what we saw somebody doing. Let us own our own craft, become unique, become more innovative, and then stretch out. Listen to the people who have been in the game for a very long time, and then stretch out to the most of our abilities, and then surely we will be great and we'll be doing fine. But we all need to stand up and open small businesses. And and I know we all have God given talents, and there's some people who are avoiding their talents, and I don't understand why. So come forward with it, see how you can capitalize on it, but let it be unique and let it be genuine, not to rob other people, but let it be to benefit other people, especially the young ones, the foundation phase ones. They need to see it coming from us, so that they can be more when it comes to the future. So thank you very much, Mr. Stewart, for the opportunity. I really
It
appreciate it.
has been awesome having you on my show, and I just say, may the good Lord bless you. The other thing which I was forgetting is that can you please stay at home? Remember to wash your hands, and if we can have the next show, if God can allow us, if we have the next show, I just want to hear you, I mean, confessing that you had a lot of clients, and your business is doing well. There's someone who just put a comment there, but I'm sure
I can't read
it must,
it.
I'm sure he's asking about, do you speak Zulu? I'm sure.
No, no.
Okay, it's like saying you have been you have been excellent. Everything which you were saying, people were understanding. So may the good Lord bless you. We hope to have another show maybe before year end, and then just
Mm-hmm.
as a feedback business talk to hear between now and towards the year end how you managed to then perform. So may the good Lord bless you, and we thank all those who are viewing us. We are now signing out.